All right, welcome everybody. I have got a special show for you today. It is Monday, which is, we usually do this Tuesday, but the reason we're doing this today because we have Goat Gaming here. They have a offer that they want to go through with us. Plus, we're going to dig into their unique ability and the technology that their team has developed that really is kind of shining a light. It looks really cool in my personal opinion. So I wanted to get more information. I know there's a lot of people in our community that were waiting for this interview, and there will be an offer if you guys want to join the pre-sale for this. You're going to be able to do that, and we'll go through that towards the end. But let me go ahead and introduce. This is Coco. Coco, you want to tell us, who you are, what your experience is for the job that you do for Alpha Goat, and maybe just a little bit about you so we can understand who you are.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Coco. I work at Goat Gaming. I lead marketing and growth. I've been here for about a year, and I have had a bit of an eclectic background, as many you would find in the crypto and Web3 gaming space. So I started off actually in banking, investment banking for a couple of years, then went into sales and marketing at a sort of a food company called Procter and Gamble, well, fast-moving consumer goods. And then I actually became an actor for about 10 years. So I worked in the entertainment industry. I was on TV, radio, theater. But I also started running my marketing business of my own on the side using the skills that I got from my previous jobs. Because if anybody's in the creative industries, it's a bit boom and bust. So I did that. And then in 2020, things kind of just turned upside down. Everybody knows what happened. I won't mention it. But, it kind of opened my eyes to another world. We had like the 2020 bull market, and it kind of took me back to I guess, my early days of investing in things. And I went down the rabbit hole, for the best way to put it, really, in crypto, and basically spent a year or two in the trenches, degenning, investing. And then I started a company called NGMI Lab with some of my friends that I met in Neo Tokyo. So Neo Tokyo is one of the first communities that I joined. I was one of the first minters, and we were all just really, it was a really great, exciting time. And we built a company called NGMI Lab. And essentially what it was to support community VCs and doing due diligence on gaming projects. Because if anybody remembers, November 2021, I think there was like 100 projects of gaming just coming out every day.
Yeah.
As an investor, you want to find something, you want to find the gems, and sometimes you don't have the time. So a few of us got together and delivered those reports for a lot of the VCs back then. But unfortunately, the project did NGMI for various long reasons I won't go into. But what it did give me was kind of like a real robust understanding of like what it takes to succeed in Web3 gaming, and what I like really fundamental things about projects that need to happen. Like one of my strongest thesis, I think at the time, was like you need both a mixture of strong Web3 gaming background, but Web2 gaming background, but then you also need like really strong understanding of Web3 fundamentals, how that market is. It's a very different market, and you need to have both understanding to actually succeed as a company. So then I eventually found Mighty Bear Games, which is the studio behind Goat Gaming, and met with Simon randomly through an investor friend of mine. And he said he needed someone in growth and marketing, and that was kind of my bag. So yeah, and then so fast forward over a year later, I'm here working.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a really cool story. And man, actress, you did some theater, and then you get into marketing and crypto. You've kind of lived a few different lifetimes already. That's really really unique and cool. Let's do this. For the people that are just joining, if you guys can like and share the space. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit like. If you're on Twitter, if you could share out the space, I'd really appreciate it. We already have a few hundred people watching already. Let's get these numbers up if we can, my friends. What is the main vision of Goat Gaming, for the future of gaming? Like, what are you guys trying to solve? What is your technology solving the crypto space?
Yeah, so that's a question. I would say let's go back to the beginning of our studio. So Mighty Bear Games, which is the studio that built the product Goat Gaming, was founded in 2016, and it was the CEO Simon Davis, and he essentially has been working in the gaming industry for like 20 plus years, and he kind of saw a very clear problem in building games, and that was that there was no creativity happening at some of these really big behemoth companies like Ubisoft and King. Actually, at the time he was working at King, which, if anybody knows Candy Crush, they're the creators of Candy Crush. And it just became very bureaucratic. It became very slow, and it took the creativity out of gaming. And at the same time, he was also a degen, trading Bitcoin since 2015 and kind of seeing the ICO mania. And so kind of these two passions kind of came together, and him and several kind of leadership at King decided, we're going to form our own company. We're going to find something that is more aligned with our values. And at that time, which was 2016, it was all about being at the forefront of technology, building your own things, being fast and scrappy and quick to market. And that's actually a reputation. If anybody looks up Mighty Bear Games in the market, that's a reputation that they've built up over years. 2021 came around, and Simon saw really the vision for Web3 and what it could do and revolutionize the gaming industry. And if anybody again remembers the free to play, moving from like mobile gaming that was mostly paid and the Facebook games, and moving to free to play, everyone was like, it's never going to happen. And like, there's always a resistance to new technology. And I think in our company, we really jump with 2 feet into getting involved and knowing good new technology really quickly. And so we saw this opportunity. We built a game called Mighty Action Heroes, which is actually a real fan favorite. If anybody's played it, it won Best Game of the Year at games.gg in 2023. And we built it, really quickly, but it built kind of like this full, in 10 months, this top-down multiplayer shooter. And it was, and it's consistently a fan favorite because it's very social. People can jump in with their friends and basically do a battle royale. And you can jump in on the browser or the mobile. But we've always kind of had a passion for like leaning into something new. So one of the challenges you see in Web3 gaming is distribution. How do you get access to users? How do you crack daily active users beyond 10,000, beyond 100,000? And we saw kind of the real opportunity of Telegram last year. And just to rewind a little bit, actually, the vision for the platform was not just one game. It was to get this game, find some product market fit, and then basically build a whole platform of games that people could jump in and play against friends and win real rewards. And that was originally going to be on the browser. But then we saw Telegram, and actually the port from a browser to Telegram is a relatively easy port because it's HTML5 and is essentially from browser to browser. So we committed to it. We threw ourselves at it. We launched or relaunched Goat Gaming in August 2024. And then within 3 months, we climbed to 5 million users, or 4 million at the time. And now we have like 100,000 daily active users.
Wow.
And it's really like a whole new ball game of capturing users and players and abstracting all that stuff around Web3 away from them and just letting them jump into a game and really enjoy it. So that's what we're really proud of. And then something, again, that's been going along, like ticking along in the background, right? One of the things we're really proud of is that last year we shipped 35 games last year across the business. And I say across the business because Mighty Bear Games, the studio, actually has a couple of like business arms. One of it is the UFN Fortnite business, which we shut down now. But for now, at the time, we actually shipped a game a week. That was like a mandate for us because we realized that to be successful in gaming, you have to find trends and then act on the trends before the trend goes. And the trend lasts a week, a month, right? And so we did this challenge where you see a trend on Monday on TikTok. How can you port that idea into a game by Friday? And how do you do that? Well, the need was born, and we actually had started playing around with AI tools in order to optimize our pipeline. We've been tinkering around with it since 2022, but we really optimized the flow in 2023, 2024. And what that is like really creating rich media. All our games on Goat Gaming in Telegram, you'll see, are all created within a month and all using AI art pipelines. And so we've been using this and working with other studios for a couple of years now to plug in and test that AI tooling. and kind of iterate on it, make it user friendly. And then come late 2024, we see that, you know, AI is really starting to take off, and like we're like, well, we've got all this proprietary tech we've been working with. We work with it in private in B2B, but how can we bring this as like a really kind of fun user experience and bring it to the market, to the end user, a consumer product? And so we decided to just use that tech and turn it into an AI agent, an AI agent. And so we called it AlphaGoats, and AlphaGoats are essentially a 24/7 wealth engine that would play for you, content create for you, and generate revenue for you. And in fact, we're optimizing for that, for you to send it off through a Telegram mini app with one click, and it basically autonomously plays games for you while you sleep.
So this is like the really interesting part. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So you know, right now you guys are offering kind of a pre-sale to buy, is it an NFT which equals one AI agent, or you know, like, because I was reading through some of the documentation and I needed to better understand this. So can you kind of break down what a regular person could do? Like, do they need multiple AI agents to play multiple games, or can you just do one at a time? Can you just fill in some gaps there for you know, our sake?
Yeah, for sure. So all the agents, so you can buy one agent or you can
Okay.
buy 25 agents. If you buy one agent, you get what's called the starter AI agent, and that does quite a lot for you. You can deploy it in one click, like I mentioned on Telegram,
Hmm.
and it basically plays games within our ecosystem. And you can customize it to however you wish. There will be a dashboard in the mini app, and you can say, "I'll play aggressive" or "play conservative," or you can even do a custom prompt that, you know, only play this many waifu clash games and play really aggressive in my kitty solitaire games. Like there's a real nice customizability on that. It will
Cool.
come with an avatar, a fully customizable avatar, and a little bit of alpha for you. We're actually partnering with a major company in the space. I don't know if you've heard of Ready Player Me. It's unofficial yet, but we're working with them in order to deliver our avatar product, because, you know, they've got like the established tech product that can actually be interoperable, which is something that we've been thinking about for the future.
Okay.
Um, and then it can go off and do experiences for you. You can actually send it off as a bot inside of like the Telegram ecosystem, and it'll be designed to actually go beyond that. You know, create content on TikTok or YouTube, and create content for, you know, still images, videos, all sorts of things like that, all through the mini app. And so you can buy that, but the level of access that you gets more the more you buy. So
Hmm.
if anybody's kind of looked into AI agents, like it's kind of like the leveling up of those. So you have like one agent is like the starter. You have 5, which is called the advanced, which is level 2, and then 25 is the pro goat. And the pro goat unlocks really cool features like prediction market. So you'd have a 24/7 live stream of like matches between alpha goats, and you get humans and alpha goats being able to do prediction markets around it. And your alpha goat, your pro alpha goat, gets to actually get the platform fees or the fees that are kind of generated from the prediction market around it.
So is this kind of like people are going to be like betting on which AI? I mean, how are you generating the money inside of the game to pay out users or this AI as it plays the game?
Yeah, so there's many different actually verticals in terms of revenue for us. So
Mhm.
our core business model is people play games and they wager crowns, which is the platform currency. And
Mm,
crowns, we give away a lot in the ecosystem, but the core system is that you buy them with USDT or ETH or GG token when it's launched. And then we take a rake from every single match. So,
got
you
it.
know, you put in 10 crowns, I put in 10 crowns, and one of us wins 18 crowns and we take 2, something like that. And so that would be like a portion of our monetization. But if you see inside the app, you know, one thing that I didn't mention in the history of like all the things that we did was that we've worked, you know, between 2016 and 2021, we worked very consistently in Web 2. We ship games for Disney, we ship games for Apple subscription, sorry, Apple Arcade. And we really know how to monetize mobile apps. And so if you look inside the Goat Gaming app, you'll see that there's kind of like a really rich depth of monetization. And that is another form of way of us getting monetization and revenue from the games.
How much is one I guess at whatever level people are going to be able to get into this, but like how much is one goat, and then because I'm trying to figure out like how many is 25, how much is 5, like at the current price one is like $300, $200. What is the current price, you think?
We're at 0.1 ETH. So what's that right now? That is
300 bucks.
200 and yeah, about $300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about oh yeah, ETH dipped, so yeah, you're right.
270 now, I think.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
250 this morning, but
Okay.
so yeah, about 270. So if you're looking at buying an advanced, okay, don't call me on my math here, but what's that, like $1,500?
If you're trying to like
If you're doing it,
yeah, hold on.
or
Where's my phone? Here,
point
let's
0.5
just
ETH, 0.5 ETH.
so
And
if you
then
want to buy 25 times $270, so a pro would be $6,750 if you wanted to max this out. So I'm just trying to figure out. So if I get into this pro status, have you guys done testing on I guess it matters how many people are playing and what the certain mechanics are, but how much can people really make from this, right? What does that even look like? Because I have no clue. Is one goat going to be able to make $100 a month, or is it $25 a month? Do you guys have any testing that you can share with us about that?
So to be honest, there's no full-on testing until we deploy it, right? So
Oh,
one of
okay,
the things
gotcha.
we've done, yeah, and we are basically completely optimizing it for revenue. So we have a set number of plans that we will be offering, but in order to sort of, I guess, square the risk that it might propose to a potential buyer, we actually are offering GG token allocation for every single alpha goat.
Mm.
Every single alpha goat gets 350,000 GG token attached. And so it more or less kind of pays for itself just from the token allocation. And the token allocation is a daily yield after 1 month cliff. So the
Okay.
TGE is planned for end of February. You have 1 month cliff and then basically a daily yield. And what's super cool is we've gamified the vesting. And what I mean by that is when you deploy your AlphaGo, it's a Telegram mini app, and you deploy it, and you'll have optionality on, shall I do training every day? Shall I join the tournaments? Should I play these games, that games? The more you participate, the quicker you can actually unlock your GG tokens. So it rewards participation, and you can actually speed up the vesting by 50% as a result.
And how long is the vesting after the 1 month cliff?
So if you did very minimal, bare minimum, it would be 6 months.
Okay. So still, if the market is hopefully going to stay strong till middle of the year, or maybe end of summer, that you would probably be able to get most of your tokens within. And so what is your like FDV? What are you guys launching the token at? Is it 20 million, 50 million, 100 million? Do you guys know where that's going to be?
That at the moment is still in discussion.
Okay.
We are working towards well, we definitely are launching end of February. We're just still weighing up whether or not we should go with the centralized exchange options or the decentralized exchange options. There's kind of like a real battle between the pros and cons of both.
Sure. I mean, it'll probably be both, right? You start probably on decentralized exchanges, and then
Yeah.
if you guys get to a place where you're big enough, and because anyways, we anyone who invested in newer projects understands kind of how all that works. But can you talk about there's seems to be a big push in gaming. I've interviewed several gaming founders over the past few months that are not doing exactly what you're doing, but they're working on similar games and arcades and this and that. So with your 100,000 daily active users, how do you guys plan to grow that to 500,000 or 1 million? That seems like it would be your neck of the woods, right? With marketing, how do you guys take this to the next level and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's lots of opportunities. So right now we're focusing very much on the Telegram ecosystem, right? So we recently actually announced that we got funding from Ton Ventures, and so we're working really closely with the Telegram and Ton team to help expand our reach within the Telegram ecosystem. And so if anybody was following sort of the meta of 2024 ton ecosystem, all the gaming projects tap to earn kind of blew up. Now, having done sort of like a review of that time and the user base, it was about, I think, maybe 10, maximum 20 people, but core 10 million people who were kind of jumping around the different apps, looking at what they could do. And a majority of those apps don't exist anymore. And the ones who I think are still building and still sticking around, like when the meta comes back, as I like to think, you'll find yourself in a space with much more advanced app opportunities and much more like facilities inside of these apps. And one of the challenges to the rapid growth, I think, is with Telegram, it grew so fast, but it still hasn't got like the foundational infrastructure for builders. For example, like, as a builder, having a discovery platform, just like if you're on the App Store in your iOS device, right? You can scroll through what the apps are, what's trending, what categories you want. They don't really have that on Telegram, or if they do, I think it's very, very, very rudimentary, and most people don't know about it. And so what I'm trying to say is that we, as the crypto space and the crypto gaming space, have tapped into a very small portion of the 950 million people on Telegram. And so one of the things that I'm exploring is how can we tap into those people? And there's a number of different routes actually that we're exploring. One I can tell you about that's I find really exciting and interesting, and I think that anybody who can crack this is going to do super well, is getting people into Telegram is a bit of a challenge, right? Because if you run a standard ad on Google or anything outside of Telegram, if the person clicks on your ad and then they try to jump into your app and they don't have Telegram, you run into a whole bunch of drop-off issues. It may or may not take you to the App Store to download Telegram, but even if you do download Telegram, then you have to find the app, and then there's a bit of a drop-off there. But what we found is that running these ads and testing these ads, we had such good return, like a cost per user, and interest in the product itself. And so again, working closely with the TON team, we're looking to bridge that gap, and we're really excited because I think that will really unlock the floodgates of users coming on board.
No, yeah. Sorry, please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then there's the flip side, I guess, is just looking at ways in which you can. Again, I said Telegram is quite a portable app, right? So in the sense that you're delivering a mini app inside of Telegram as a browser, as a browser experience. You can actually take that and put it into a browser again, no problem. And so, how can we explore user acquisition just from a basic browser as well, and kind of have them work together?
Okay. Once you guys fully launch, all of the AI agents, and you guys launch the token, what are you guys going to try to put out a game a week? What is the next 6 to 12 months look like once we kind of get past the initial starting blocks here?
So we have an internal target of 50 games minimum by the end of the year.
Wow.
We've already, we've been prototyping, delivering a game every few weeks. It has slowed down due to the fact that we have like the AlphaGoats launch and the TGE, but once we're kind of clear of that, it's back to like really pushing forward with the games and the experiences, because I really believe that is kind of like a really important aspect of keeping users engaged. Content is king, creating content and creating an ecosystem where the AlphaGoats themselves can thrive. There's no point sending an AlphaGoat into a non-existent group of games, right? So we have currently 4 different developers/studios that co-develop with us. And like I said, they're actually leveraging our tools. And once the GG token is live, they'll be actually required to spend GG in order to access those tools. And so that will be one of the ways in which we create token demand for the GG token.
That was exactly what I was going to ask you next. How do you create demand for the token? So that's really good to know. I'd like you, I guess you guys have some type of affiliate program too. Did you want to touch base on that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So we have an affiliate program that we're bursting to kind of grow on that, because right now what you can do, you can jump into the app and everybody gets a referral link. There's no cost to it. It's completely free. And you basically can share your affiliate link with anyone. And if they join Goat Gaming through your referral link, they're permanently attached to you. And so any spend that they ever do, you get a portion of it.
Okay.
And then if they introduce other people, so say I introduce Crypto Sensei and Crypto Sensei introduces Nikki, then I would get not only a portion of your spend, but I also get a smaller portion of Nikki's spend as well.
Okay.
And that's something that we're really excited about, because once the AI agents come into the ecosystem, they will actually be armed with your link. So then they can go out, and so one of the cool things that it can do is you can actually introduce the AlphaGoat and say into a group chat or a community, and then it can serve experiences, it can do analysis on that channel, it can offer rewards for whatever, and then also serve an affiliate link, which then brings people back into the ecosystem.
You guys are kind of taking gaming to a whole different level here. You know, basically set it and forget it. You know, you can just have this agent go out and play games and build, you know, post content, share your affiliate links, and it's kind of like a side business without you actually having to do much at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, we like to think that it unlocks creativity, because I think it will take the boring stuff out of your hands if you don't want to do it, and also take the stress out of it. You know, sometimes when you're kind of grinding for, I don't know, a leaderboard or something, and or you really want to participate, but you literally have to sleep and go to work and have a shower, you know, so it lets you kind of hand over the reins while you're doing good, important life things, but then you can pick up the reins again. And how we've designed it actually is that human beings don't interact with the agents at the game level. So what I mean by that is AIs will play AIs and humans will play humans. The player liquidity won't cross over in the ecosystem.
Got it. So you're not going to be playing against some super advanced system that's killing you every single time. Okay. You know, and what are the types of games that people will be able to play? Like, I know you guys are kind of going with what's hot, but you know, what are some of the maybe games that are standing out right now that you guys have already developed that people will be able to play as soon as everything launches? Can you just talk to us a little bit about, because I know there's several of them already, right? So can you talk to us about those?
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, our first game was a top-down multiplayer battle arena, like a battle royale, sorry. And what we realized, so we had a lot of data from that, and that actually kind of informed the other games that we made since. And one of the early kind of concept testing that we did was we had a mode inside of that game, which is a 1v1 battler, and that was where you could put in crowns. So every other game was like free, but this one was like a paid special mode, and it did the kind of, and we had this so you put in 10 crowns, I put in 10 crowns, and then you spin a wheel, and so you could multiply your potential prize pool by up to 20, and it could be a scale from anywhere to 1.2x to 20x what you put in. And that mode was so popular with our community. I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, we crossed the sort of with a Venn diagram of people who love games but also love gambling and like to be degens, right? And so that kind of like high risk, a little bit of thrill, a bit of adrenaline into this fun game got like 80% day one retention and 50% day 7 retention, and that's just way above benchmarks in gaming. So that kind of was like, we need to kind of double down on this kind of game. And so all the games that we put in, you'll see they're PvP. They have like a wagering system, but we always also have a free system as well in most of the games. So if you don't want to do that, there's always that option to play for free. And then so what was I've lost my train of thought.
No, you're kind of getting into the games and you're talking about the retention on this, you know, kind of spin to wheel game.
Yes. So we were talking about the game. So all the games have like a kind of adrenaline to them. So like if anybody's played solitaire, we have like a timed solitaire. So what that means is you play against me and we have to finish the table in 2 minutes, and then whoever's kind of finished it the best or finishes in the shortest amount of time wins. And so it's kind of like a twist on that. And we have another one that's like a tower defense game called Goat Wars, and it's like a match 3 game, but again, it's like you're kind of battling against these like aeroplanes that are going to come and crash into your tower, and you have to prepare your defenses. And again, whoever gets the highest score on the daily leaderboard then wins the most crowns.
Man, that's really cool. Let me ask you this. Well, first I wanted to, so guys, in the audience, if you're listening, so Goat Gaming is doing a pre-sale or a sale for these AI agents. And if you want to be able to buy once the sale goes live, you actually need to register. They need your MetaMask wallet so they can pre-register it. So what I'm going to do is I've offered this to the Cryptonaires members. If anybody's interested to participate in this, we actually have a form. I'm going to post the form in the chat right now. This is a form that you can fill out. It gives us basically your MetaMask wallet. We will send them over to Goat Gaming and they will pre-register your wallet. It's up to you if you want to buy. You can do whatever your heart desires. But if you actually want to be able to participate in this at an earlier stage than waiting for the general public, this is that opportunity. Koga, I wanted to ask, there's obviously things that I don't know to ask you because you are, the marketing guru behind Goat Gaming. So what other utility or what other things that you think that the community or we should be talking about here as we kind of, come to an end here?
I think that we actually covered quite a lot. So one of the most important things for us was that we've been building our own proprietary tech for over 2 years now. And I think, in a space that is just exploding with AI agent options, I think personally, if I was an investor, I would always look to who's been building with AI for a consistent amount of time and then who's got proof of the pudding. And so, we just, did the campaign trail of our strategic fundraise, which we raised and actually announced today. So led by Ton Ventures, Caritage, Bitscale, and Kingsway. And last round, which was seed round, we raised 10.69 million on top of the 4 million. And that included people like Spartan, Folius, Mirana. And so we have some really strong backers for our project. And I think it's down to the fact that, we have been building away at our edge for several years now.
Man, that's incredible. You have some really good names in there that are participating in that. And so, all right. Anything else you want to say while we close out here, Coco?
Yeah, just a reminder, if you are at all interested in getting to know our project more, please do join our socials. At Playgoat Gaming is our X handle. And we reach out. Like I'm always available. Simon, myself, Ben, and the leadership, we always do like a weekly office hours. So, the community can really kind of touch base with us. And I think that you'll realize that we've got a really strong core community that have been around with us for years. And I think that's a testament to kind of the longevity that we have in the space. So yeah, join us. And of course, the pre-sale starts tomorrow, or the allow list starts tomorrow, Tuesday, 4th of February at 2 p.m. UTC. And then the public sale starts on Thursday, 2 p.m. UTC.
I really appreciate it, Coco. Thank you so much for giving us your free time and really introducing us to what you guys have built out here. I haven't actually heard of a project doing exactly what you're doing. And so it sounds like you guys might be trying to be early and corner the market on AI agents in gaming. And so sounds like really cool. We wish you all the success in the world and just thank you for sharing your knowledge with us and giving us, the rundown on what Go Gaming is. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Crypto Sensei. It's been a pleasure to join you and meet your community.
The honor is mine. Thanks, Coco. All right. That's actually pretty cool. Like I said, guys, if you're interested, I will, like I said, here is the link to register if you want to register. Gaming, the gaming area in crypto is not for everybody. But I can tell you that AI agents are becoming norm as far as the crypto industry. And you never know what new technologies will be developed that will start making people money. It kind of sounds like you're going to be able to have like a side AI business that will go and play for you and post content, make money, get people on your your affiliate link, and you could just go about your merry way. So it'll be really interesting to see how successful they are. And if they can build out 50 games in a year, that's a lot of playing. It's a lot of time. And man, that could be pretty cool. So I love bringing on teams with new technology. It's a lot of fun to dive in there. So appreciate everybody who listened to that. Let's go ahead and get into some crypto news here, guys. I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear some updates around the crypto space. So let's go ahead and start diving into that really quickly. So here, Trump signs executive order creating the first ever U.S. Strategic Reserve Wealth Fund. Let me go ahead and play this for you just really quickly.
Executive order discharges your Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and your Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, to begin a process that will hopefully result in the creation of an American sovereign wealth fund.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth, and you're seeing that over the last 2 weeks. I think we've created more wealth. Other people have created de-wealth, the people, my predecessors. We're creating a lot of wealth. Scott, maybe you'd like to say something about it, and I'd ask also Howard to say something about it.
Yes, sir. This is very exciting. We're going to stand this thing up within the next 12 months. We're going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people. We're going to put the assets to work. And I think it's going to be very exciting. We're going to study best practices that's done around the world. It'll be a combination of liquid assets, assets that we have in this country as we work to bring them out for the American people.
The extraordinary size and scale of the U.S. government and the business it does with companies.
All right, I'm not going to play this whole thing, but as you can see, they are moving forward with the sovereign wealth fund. So some people are asking me, like, Sensei, what the hell is going on with the crypto market? Let's just pull this up, guys, because we need to talk about it here. So, things have, evened out a bit. Yesterday, the market was in pure panic. XRP actually went down to $1.90 or 80 cents on some exchanges. People were asking why this was happening. If you're not familiar with what is actually going on right now, let me explain it to you. So currently, Trump got elected. He went into office on January 20th. Trump has pledged that he wants to get rid of federal taxes. Okay. And to do that, taxes basically equate to about $5 trillion US dollars per year from people like me and you that pay our taxes and businesses. Okay. Trump wants to get rid of taxes, but in order to make up that 5 trillion, you need something else to do that. And so he believes that tariffs are a good way to do that. Okay. And so I'm not here to argue if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just going to give you the facts here. So Trump basically put a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada and a 10% tariff on China. Let me just tell you what's going to be more expensive. Avocados, tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, strawberries, limes, mangoes, blueberries, bananas, grapes, corn, beef, pork, shrimp, cheese, ice cream, snack foods, tequila, mezcal, and beer. That is from Mexico. And from Canada, eggs, beef, pork, salmon, lobster, cheese, milk, powder, butter, wheat, oats, barley, canola oil, apples, potatoes, maple syrup, whiskey, and beer. So this is just a common list of every items that you buy every day to, keep your family fed. And all of this is going to be more expensive. Okay. So just really quickly, Trump ran on making prices for all of this stuff cheaper, but now they're going up. Just wanted to point that out. Also, here's also crude petroleum. This is exports from Canada to the United States. All of this stuff, cars, petroleum gas, crude oil, this is all going up across the board. Okay. I don't know what the plan is here, guys, to be honest with you, but here it is. The Dow futures plunged 600% at the start of the weekend. This is one of the largest dumps in recent times. There's also this too. Donald Trump caused a serious crash in the American auto industry. So this is the auto index and stock prices. As you can see here, everything was kind of, this was the White House announces tariffs right here. And as you can see, so Ford is in red, GM is in green, Stellantis is in blue, and Dow Jones average is in gray. Awesome. Oil ticks up after hours or possibly lowering U.S. tariffs on Canadian oil. So gas is going to be more expensive too. And we lost $1 billion of liquidity out of the crypto market. I don't know what these people are doing, but if Americans still owned their own farmland, well, I'm not going to get into that with you, man. I think Trump intentionally crashing the economy and the dollar to strengthen assets. I guess we could all hope and pray he thinks that far ahead and he's that intelligent. We'll have to see how it plays out. I'm not going to give him that much credit, but you can definitely do that. This was not the way to go, but all good. Here you go from crypto.com. Here we go.
The chart of the day is presented by Crypto.com, the leading crypto platform trusted by over 100 million users worldwide.
Let's take a look at the chart of the day. Ether, the second largest cryptocurrency by market value, witnessing a significant spike in volatility Monday as the renewed trade war between the U.S. and its trading partners triggered broad-based risk aversion in financial markets. Deribit's Ether Devol Index, which measures the expected price turbulence over the coming 4 weeks, topping 100% from roughly 67%. Ether price tanked as much as 24% during Asia trading hours, with considerable dislocations across centralized exchanges. On Deribit, the price hit a low of 2,065 compared with 2,127 on Kraken and 2,150 on Coinbase, according to TradeView and CoinDesk data. Ether's one-day at-the-money volatility jumped from an annualized 34% to 184% as the price dropped, according to Deribit's options data tracked by Presto Research. Macro newsletters Fidenza Macro and Opening Bell Daily saying the tariffs are driven by trade deficit concerns rather than the fentanyl crisis, as Trump officially portrays, adding that markets may take days or weeks to grasp this, leading to persistent volatility. That's it for today's.
All right. I think, some of you are saying that, this is a great move, this and this. I don't have your optimism when it comes to Trump. If you take a look at his previous businesses, how many of them have gone bankrupt and not worked? I think there's like a dozen or something like that he's bankrupt those businesses. So maybe there's a grand plan. I hope there's a grand plan. I really hope there's a grand plan. I came into this with an open mind. We'll see how it goes. All right. Maybe it's a negotiating tactic. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't think any of us really know what's going on inside that man's head. Bitcoin shaking out weak hands beginning of February, right? February is usually a green month here. As you can see, we've only had 1, 2, 3 red months since 2013. So hopefully we will see a good month for Bitcoin. Also, guys, we are kind of in this bear trap moment. A lot of people sold XRP yesterday just because they were panicking. It did rebound. So if you sold your XRP and then you try to jump back in it, you probably ended up losing some money right there. Also, Bitcoin Dominance Index reached a 4-year high today. So it does look like Bitcoin dominance is back in. There is a meeting for the crypto czar, David Sachs, supposed to be held on February 4th, which is tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will bring you updates from that. Senator Loomis says U.S. buying Bitcoin will scare China and Russia. I don't think this is at all what it's going to do, but let me have her tell it to you.
Wouldn't it be fun if the next arms race was not for weapons, it was for Bitcoin? Wouldn't it be fun if the U.S. is buying Bitcoin and it scares China and Russia so they start buying Bitcoin, and we have an arms race over Bitcoin instead of over weapons?
My thing is, who cares about Bitcoin? Like, the only reason that this is so loud right now is because a whole bunch of Bitcoin maxis are scared because the U.S. is interested in helping U.S. businesses, not Bitcoin, right? That is the reason that we've been attacked over the past few weeks from the Bitcoin community, is because they're scared and they're operating out of fear. Okay. Bitcoin has no other use case but a store of value. That's it. Eventually, we are going to figure out who created Bitcoin. And if the public doesn't like the answer, what is that going to do for Bitcoin? Imagine governments all around the world just piling into Bitcoin, and then it's released that like a 3-letter agency was behind Bitcoin and all your transactions, they can get into your wallet. Like there's things that I don't think people are even like considering, and just not looking good in my opinion. She enjoys being a spokeswoman for Bitcoin. Yeah, I really don't love it. It says, then America stops buying and says, you win. I don't know, man. Bitcoin maxi pads are shaking in their boots. I love you. Feeling like the politicians talk good about media company or something that they can have a built audience to grift when they are in office later. It'd be hella funny if you saw like Trump's meme coin added to the U.S. Strategic Reserve. They add a meme coin to it. I don't know, man. The world is afraid of this country. Are you talking about the U.S.? I think the world is scared of what Trump might do next. I think that is a real concern, but maybe that's what the world needs right now. I don't know. The world is a crazy place. You have the Russia-Ukraine thing. You have North Korea now helping Russia to try to defeat Ukraine. You have China looking at Taiwan like a tasty treat. There's a lot of instability. You have instability in the Middle East. So maybe you need a little bit of crazy to fight back the crazy. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it goes. Brutal crash. This is Robert Kiyosaki says brutal crash here now. The stock market, the real estate market, gold, silver, and Bitcoin markets are crashing. It's crazy because like you just inherited one of the strongest economies the U.S. has had in like decades, right? The U.S. economy is really strong right now. Unemployment is at like all-time lows. Stock market is at all-time highs, right? People are doing well. They were doing a lot better than they were during the COVID times. But it seems like we are working our way backwards right now, and that does worry me. Pub Fund launched in April 2024, exactly when this altcoin run deviated from past cycles. Like meme coins are really fucking up the current meta with altcoins. Like it's going to be interesting to look at the data after all this is said and done, how much money people actually lost on meme coins and scams in 2024 and then 2025. It's going to be an absolutely ridiculous number. And the problem with that is a select few of insiders are getting extremely wealthy while the rest of retail is losing all of their money. And the money is not going into what actually should be going into, which is utility projects. And this is a big shift in narrative. This is why I am not actively investing in a ton of different random, altcoin projects right now. I'm focused on just a few tokens because of this craziness, right? I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. Sui, I'll just leave it here. Sui did dip now. Sui's on a nice dip, ladies and gentlemen, here, about $3.50. That is something you should be paying attention to. Altcoin holders will become millionaires. Well, we hope we'll all become millionaires. We'll have to see how this shakes out. This person says it's over. Sol and ETH meme coins might drop to 0 next week. The whole crypto market is bleeding, and it's just a start. After Pump Fund is blocked, your portfolio will make minus 99%. This is how you save funds during the biggest dump. I don't know, man. There's some really interesting people on Twitter. Millionaires will be made this year. Do not be shaken out or lose hope. Many opportunities are still to come. Do you understand? Okay. Charles Hodgkinson says something's really big is coming in February. Let me play it.
February is going to be a very crazy month. We got some stuff going on. Can't talk about it now, but you're going to see. It's going to be fun.
All right. Can't talk about it, but it's going to be fun, he says. I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So one of my community members, Barnes, he shared this project with me. I did put a few Solana into it. I just want to go over it with you. It's called Duna AI. Duna AI's initial mission was to enable DAOs for Duna compliance through a suite of AI-powered tools Our initial release were for corporates looking to save taxes or check a Duna audit score. Our Telegram bot or Duna Act explains more about the act. We've expanded our horizons and repositioned to creating our own DeFi AI framework on which our own pilot project Duna 360 suite will be launched for DAOs and individuals. The platform will take about 6 to 8 months in our estimation, but we understand people need daily updates. By the time our platform is getting ready, we've restored to offering granular piece of tech update via web Telegram bot, token analysis, score trust, Siri on steroids, conversational AI, Gitbot, PDF research bot are just a small part of the 360 suite. Duna OS or 360 suite is not about making these individual tools, but it's a framework using which everyone can make these tools and do a lot more on subscription basis. Apart from the tech, we are taking measures towards marketing, legal, and compliance as well. Our tech pays for delivery and community first approach are a part of our commitment to building Duna AI OS to revolutionize DeFi AI and never before. So I am going to link you this. If you're interested in learning more about this, please do. Here is the current market cap of this project. If you're interested, it's about 310,000 currently. All right, beautiful. Let's keep it going, my people. Here's a little bit more information. Voice preview. Looks like they got a grant from Microsoft Founders Hub grant, which is cool. That'll help them build out more here. Looks like they have a $25,000 grant, so that's cool. Donald Trump DeFi World Liberty has bought 86,000 Ethereum. Way to FUD the market and then buy the dip. I guess that's how you do it when you're in a position of power. Probably the craziest wick I've ever seen for XRP. Absolutely it was. Dave Portnoy basically just bought $1 million of XRP. 1 million XRP, excuse me. All right. I don't really care. Flare assets. Looks like there's some updates coming to Flare here. Flare data connector mainnet launch soon. FTC isn't just another Oracle. It brings external events and blockchain states to Flare networks. The network level security guarantees. Looks like from cross-chain bridging to restaking and lending platforms. Bitcoin always could move faster and more cheaply on the XRP ledger, which, I don't know why people still transfer Bitcoin using, the Bitcoin blockchain. It's really more expensive. Looks like SBI is gearing up for virtual currency exchange. Of course, XRP, longtime partners. We'll have to see how many banks in Japan actually start using XRP. Elon Musk, there's some actually really, I don't know if you call it nerve-wracking. Elon Musk takes over Treasury. Anyone have any clue about why Elon Musk is taking over the Treasury? Here, like this is a little, basically, there's trillions of dollars that get paid out by the US federal government. And Elon Musk just got access to this system. It includes social security numbers, of course, your name, your address, and a whole bunch more details. I don't understand why you would want to trust, personal information, but this is happening. Kind of strange if you ask me, but I don't know. Here's Elon Musk talking about we're entering a golden age.
I'm actually pretty optimistic about the next 4 or 5 years. I think we have the potential for a golden age. It's very important to get rid of the mountain of regulations that are holding things back.
Okay. It does look like Australia stablecoin AUDD launching on Hedera Q3 2025, testing Ripple XRP ledger enabled ODL for cross-border transactions, and XDC network AUDD partnership targeting trade finance and Fireblocks integration. That's a huge Navati update. We also have some information regarding We saw this about Trump signing the executive order. This lady thinks that XRP is going to go to $60,000 in March. Let me go ahead and play this for you.
The time is here. I hope you're still holding. Remember, March 10th, all banks in America must be in compliance. All banks in America on March 10th must be in compliance. It's already started. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just using common sense, reading the white paper and following the roadmap and watching what's happening. Not watching what's trending here on social media, knowing and understanding what's really, truly taken place. Do your homework, guys. Really pay attention. So much is happening. Can't even keep up, can you? I can't. It's not enough time in the day. But listen, pay attention. I'm holding. Because March 10th, it's here, right around the corner. And look what just came out yesterday. Today is January 31st, 2025. I've been in since 2017, and I can say one thing right now, is XRP. It's time. It's not too late. Join the team.
All right, guys. XRP is not going to go to $60,000 on a random day in March. I think she's talking about banks moving to ISO. I've seen hundreds of people say that on this day, XRP is going to go to X, Y, and Z. You don't have regulation, right? You don't even have from the SEC that banks can start using crypto in their payment infrastructure yet. Like, I just don't understand how people think that one day you're going to wake up and XRP is going to be at 60K in like 3 or 4 weeks from now. It's just, you just need to watch out who you listen to on social media. This was interesting. It looks like David Schwartz called it again. David's posted 40% of the players on the floor will, I don't know what this is, but basically, he was right? 40% in 13 hours. It's some foreshadowing with David Schwartz there. Elon wants the US Treasury on blockchain. That's pretty cool. We'll have to see how that all works out. Of course, Cora's AI is still making updates. Coming soon to Cora's Meet Aura. Introducing Aura, our latest AI model specialized in high-quality instrumental music. I'm still pretty bullish on Cora's AI. Here is a good list of meme tokens. I'm not going to go through all of these guys. I'm just going to go ahead and post it for you. Sorry, I got way too much sun the last 2 days, and like I'm going down hard right now. I feel it. The Financial Times criticized the Czech National Governor Alice Milch's proposal to allocate 5% of the bank's 140 billion reserves into Bitcoin. There's going to be a pretty big war of people wanting to invest in Bitcoin and other people saying that they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. President Trump is considering 10% tariffs on anything imported from the EU. Great. More fun stuff. All right, guys, let me answer some of your questions and then we're going to end here today. What do you guys got? No, I don't drink. Not on the beach. I don't drink actually in general. That was my 20s. I drank a lot, but not anymore. Trump is serious on paying off U.S. debt. Walk me through that, Nikki. How is he going to do that? Getting rid of taxes. Do you think Trump can generate enough money, $5 trillion worth of tariffs to pay the government's bills? Is that logical? I'd love to better understand how you think that'll work. XRP? I mean, I'm with you on that. It would be interesting, because I played the clip where Verson from Black Swan Capitalist basically says that, his friend, Linda P. Jones, his friend who worked at the Australian Central Bank, said that they already agreed on a price for XRP and it was in the thousands of dollars. Like, if Trump finds out that's actually real, I think he would front load the shit out of XRP. But we'll have to see. Anyone who thinks Trump is getting rid of income tax is a Looney Tune. Yeah, I don't believe it either. But there's a lot of people that do. There's a lot of people that do, man. Tariffs are a lark just to get Mexico and Canada to do what he wants. But what does he want? Is it really about fentanyl? He already put the U.S. military down at the border. You know, I was watching a program that basically said Trump is the reason that illegal aliens have easier access into America, because before they started building the wall, people actually had to trek through the entire desert in most places when they crossed the border. Now that you built a wall, you had to get all the materials down to the wall, and you basically built a paved way, a paved road through the fucking desert. So I've seen people climb the wall. I've seen people cut holes through the wall. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. It's about illegals using fentanyl to make, I mean, that's what he says, but the chemicals for fentanyl come over the border and people fabricate it and make it in America mostly. But fentanyl the precursors for fentanyl comes from China. It doesn't come from Mexico. They don't make the chemicals that go into fentanyl in Mexico. They make it in China. So, I don't know. Less value in the dollar, less power to lower class who don't own assets. If the tariffs did replace income tax, it would be a shortcut money directly to CEOs and the elite. You're never going to be able to generate. There's not enough trade. You would have to do like 100% tariffs, 150% tariffs, and then things would just be insane. Like a lot of cars are manufactured and built in Mexico. And so if you're talking about a $50,000 car, right? 25% tariff makes that car another $12,500. Like that is insane. So I don't know, man. This is going to get really bad. They can try to cut the wall is building. I mean, people cut through it all the time. Most people smuggling fentanyl are white Americans. Absolutely. I agree with that. Income tax gone and avocados would be $45. Truth. I know you try to go, you go and like, think about a salad, right? Everything that's in a salad is going to be more expensive. Salads are going to be like the most expensive items on menus. Like you're going to have like the nicest cut steak in the world is going to be cheaper than a salad soon. What are your thoughts on XCN? I don't have any thoughts on XCN. We went through this a few weeks ago. Several people said XCN has already rugged twice. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it at all. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I hope what they're doing, Trump and Musk, I just hope it's not to benefit them. I hope it's to benefit the American people. I don't know. I didn't experience a weird rug. Well, that's all good, man. Good luck. Yeah, every chat people ask about XCN. I don't know, man, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's not worth my time or your time. Still not going to talk about it random. So we'll just have to move on, bro. Algorand is my biggest. Algorand's a good projects. Am I a Democrat? Does that matter? I voted, let's just say that I voted for Republicans in the past and I voted for Democrats in the past. I vote on policy. I'd say I'm more of an independent than anything. If XRP makes us all rich, you and Nikki are going to go on a worldwide cruise. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I thank you, LAX. I hear that. All right, guys. Listen, we're gonna end it here today. I'm gonna do, I'll probably just do a chat in my own community tomorrow. Just get through this week. So I'll see you guys later. I appreciate you spending the time with me. Have a wonderful day.